So we're going and connecting.
Maybe change the view to side by side because it was like when you talk and when I talk, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. We are live. We are back and we are live. Yep.
Yay.
How are you? All right,
Good.
everybody. Sorry.
I said I am good.
Awesome. 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 So everybody, we are back. Sorry for the feedback situation. We don't know what happened with with technology, but we are happy to have the one and only Tia Sharee here on Indigo Worship as we celebrate her upcoming new release that comes out tomorrow on May 26th. We'll talk some more about it. But I want you guys, as you come in, tag and share. We're going to have an awesome few minutes with her and talk about, where she's been, what's going on right now, what's still ahead, and also just giving an opportunity to kind of engage with her. For those of you who haven't engaged with her in a little bit, we're going to talk about, where she is right now. But anyway, Tia, thank you so much for being a part of the Indigo Worship and allowing us to celebrate with you on the
Thank you so
release of
much.
Testify. We are excited about that.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for hosting me.
Oh
I
my
really,
goodness,
really
it is
appreciate it.
it is an absolute pleasure. And believe it or not, I have been wanting to do something with you for a long, long time. And I actually kind of felt like you're out of my league. Like, no,
What?
I promise you, because you've been
What?
doing so much in the area for so long and just kind of watching your journey on the periphery and see, you've put in so much work for so long and so many years. And to see your where you are now and the things that still yet ahead, I'm so I'm a fan. I'm
Thank
not
you.
just hosting this, but I really legitimately am a fan.
Thank you
So
so
to
much.
have you here on Indigo Worship is just like, check that off. Tia Sharee was on Indigo Worship. I'm excited.
One for the books.
Yes, 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 yes. But I hope many other things we'll be able to do together. So I'm hoping that will be something that will you'll be open and amenable to. So anyway, as
Of
we
course.
are here together, I'm going to try to get the screen side by side so people can see us side by side. But in the meantime, let everyone know, what's happened in the world of Tia Sharee. Where have we been?
Oh boy. Well, Tia Sharee right now is we all know I'm a Philly native. I just moved to Texas, to Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm,
So that's where she is right now,
mm-hmm.
leading worship at Concord Church here in Dallas. So
Now,
definitely excited about that.
how is that transition going from being an East Coast girl to being a Texan now? How is that transition?
Scary,
In what way?
very well. Scary because when you are connected to people and you build so many relationships, and then your family is, within arm's reach pretty much.
Mm-hmm,
When you're transitioning to somewhere else where there's, you know, not absolutely nobody, but kind of nobody,
mm-hmm,
um, it's really scary. It's really scary to make that, it's not like I can just jump in my car, drive an hour, and see my mother. You
mm-hmm,
know, trips now have to be planned.
mm-hmm.
It's a lot that goes into now being able to connect with my family. So it was scary. It was scary, coming out here by myself
Mm-hmm.
with me and my boys. Um, and not really, my support system is back at home. That was what I was accustomed to. And
Okay.
so coming out here and not being accustomed to, just really, when I say by myself, I mean that thing with a passion. So,
Well, as you are taking this journey, obviously it was for more than just a change of scenery, but also some opportunities that also afforded itself to you. And we want to talk about what has, because I know everybody's chomping at the bit to hear that new single. We are going to hear it, but we want to really get some backstory on what you've been doing musically. And so for those who don't know, uh, Tia has been traveling the globe a little bit with just a little bitty guy, a little somebody, a little somebody.
This little guy.
This little guy
Little guy.
by the name of Kirk Franklin, and that has been what has that experience been like, going from being on that, you know, sort of local scene and that doing the local circuit, I'll call it that, to now you are doing background vocals for one of gospel music, and I would say Christian music's genre biggest minister of music. I'll call it that way. I won't call him an entertainer because he really does minister. And if you have not been to a Kirk Franklin concert, then you must be under a rock, you know. And I, but no, I would, if you haven't gone, I would even suggest, you know, please go. It really is a wonderful experience and it's so engaging. But what has that been like, transitioning from, like I said, the local church and doing things, and you've been on people's projects and sort of assisted in those areas, but now traveling the world doing background for Kirk Franklin?
It's definitely been, it's been a great experience. It's been a great experience just being able to, you know, I've known Kirk since I was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so he used to, just before he was the big Kirk Franklin, he was just Kirk Franklin, coming to Philly, doing workshops at our church, teaching our choir music. And so to reconnect with him, has definitely been dope. You know, I have been a single mother. And so, you know, a lot of times when people even saw me traveling and doing music, there was always a sacrifice connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just my reality.
Mm-hmm.
There was always, you know, there was even a period and a point in time where, you know, I wasn't doing anything because I was being a mom, you know, and I kind of just didn't want my children to feel like the sacrifice for music and for ministry and then grow up to resent music and ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took time to invest into my children, which was really different, you know, growing up in church all my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't travel as much as I wanted to, couldn't go as much as I'd like to. And there were a lot of opportunities afforded me. But because I was a mother, I had to choose to stay home and be their mom, you know, and kind of fit traveling in whenever it was possible. Um, you know, I didn't get the thought to invite some of, you know, the people that have traveled with me, some of the musicians and singers that have been with me, because I'm talking about we got some stories,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when it comes to getting on that road and getting to where where we've been,
Yeah.
you know. So I was, it's just a blessing now to be able to have reconnected with Kirk and to be able to travel as freely as I have been able to travel, being able to do ministry the way my heart desires,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it's not about it's not about the numbers, it's not about the concerts, it's not about it being Kirk Franklin. It's just always been my heart's desire to just reach people, you know. And I just believe that God has connected me with him, and it's just been a blessing. Shine a light on me, Jesus.
Come on now.
Um,
Come through.
it's been a blessing to be able to expand my reach. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing that's definitely no need for apology, because, you know, our families are our first ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when the songs are over, no, you know, not stealing a line from his song, but really when the songs are over, it is our families, our first ministry. So I think where you are right now, music wise, ministry wise, and pouring into your children at, you know, still at their younger ages, they really see mom's commitment to them, and they're not on the back burner. And as a matter of fact, you know, they're part of the ministry of Tia, Sharee. They really
Yes, they are.
The ministry, and
Yep, they are my ministry.
they are your ministry.
It's funny. I got a tattoo a few years ago on my shoulder, and you really can't see it in detail,
Mm-hmm.
but it's you see lips singing,
Mm-hmm.
and you see
Yes.
a music note, and you see the
Yeah.
staff, and on each line are my children's names.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so a lot of people always ask me, well, why would you do that? I said, because they're the reason why I sing. Like, they're really my reason,
Wow.
you know.
So, I mean, the legacy of ministry definitely will be passed on. That is absolutely for sure.
Yeah.
So let's go to now where we are musically, other than just being, singing background and traveling the world with Kirk Franklin, but about your journey. You had just a little EP that came out some
Years
years
ago.
ago. And I actually had an opportunity to reacquaint myself with it. And is introducing Tia
Awesome
Sharee.
God.
That was back in 2014, I believe, when it was
Mm-hmm.
released. And there's a song on the EP. Well, I would recommend anybody, if you don't have that one, and I go back, please. It is a beautiful EP. And one of my favorite songs is Awesome God on there. And it's not the awesome guy you think, our God's awesome God. No, it's not that at all. But it's really your testimony about even then where you were, about just what God meant to you and the things that he was unfolding about himself. And your testimony is that God is awesome even in this. So in your, being a single mother and just doing music ministry, you still find the ability to be able to say, God is awesome, awesome.
Yeah, but that had to be, one of the things I always share, even when I'm giving my testimony and when I'm, pretty much your testimony is you telling your business pretty much and telling people what you've been through, where you've been, how you've made it through. And one of the things I've always shared is, a story about being in a place where I was frustrated, and I just felt like God should have been doing things differently, you know. And I just wanted him to take some people out. I did. I was like, God, get them.
That's that
It's
feeling.
frustrating. They
That's
hurt
that
me.
215 thing. And if you
That's
don't live in
it. Yes, it
215,
is.
you got to
North
know that
Philly, honey,
215. Yeah.
all day. North
Okay.
Philly, all day.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
so reminded me that I was imperfect too.
mm-hmm.
And just because the things that I did wasn't, or my wrongs or my sin wasn't the same as theirs, I'm still a sinner. And so if he gonna take them out because they doing me wrong, then he gonna take me out because I've done some wrong too.
Hmm.
And so God taught me how to take my anger and my frustration and turn it into prayer. So really learning how to pray through those frustrating moments, and not angry prayers, not like God, like not Christian sniper prayers,
Yeah. I
but
know.
like real, like
Mm-hmm.
real God, cover them, heal them, bless them, prosper them, those kind of prayers,
Yes. Yeah.
so that I wouldn't be bitter, and so that I could
That part right
still
there.
move and shake and be free and live happy and do what I need to do for him.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
awesome God definitely came out of that place because I started seeing, instead of seeing, the things that I didn't have and the things I couldn't do and all of my frustrations, God started allowing me to see how he was sustaining me and how he was keeping me and how he was covering me
Yeah.
and how maybe I may not have had all of the things that I wanted, but God provided everything that I needed, even in crunch time, even in moments where I felt like, okay, this is it. God was like, nope, it's not. Here you go.
Mm.
And I'm
Mm.
like, oh, that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So as we're journeying from awesome God we got to fast forward almost 6 years to where you are now. And you've got this song called Testify. Now, we, with our Christian ease, we know a testimony, there's something with a testimony, and a testimony is not an easy story. A
Oh, it's
testimony
not.
has a lot of uh, scabs, a lot of scars, a lot of healing, a lot of owning what our part in situations and circumstances, as well as not just blaming other
The
people about it.
trip.
And when we get to the part where we can say something is a testimony, that means it's something we are either came out of and we can look back and tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the midst of it, we still see God's story, even if we not out of it yet, but God is still weaving his way and putting his stamp on every step of the way. So now here's the question. So where did Testify come from?
Testify came from me just really being here. It's being here, and in a place where I started really reviewing, being able to see and look back at the my victories, my pitfalls, my victories. And I think being here um, was a blessing because I, it's still me.
Mm,
You know, you get to a place where people are gone now.
mm,
There's there's nobody. There's so many people I want to say, hey guys. There's nobody influencing your actions, your thoughts, nobody to interpret those things that are going on the inside of you. There's nobody there to interpret that for you.
yeah.
And now you're in a space and you're in a place where you have to get God's revelation, interpretation. You have to hear and see those things that are going on the inside of you. And there are no distractions by ministry. There are no ministry distractions. There are no personal distractions. None of that. It's just you.
Mm, mm.
It's just you.
You
You know
know,
what I mean?
as you're sharing this part of it, my mind really goes back to the scriptures where it talks about Abram before he became Abraham, and he's being called to go to a place he doesn't even know where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's being separated from everyone. He's of his father
Everything.
and
Mm-hmm.
close friends or whatever, but he's being called because there's something greater coming in Abraham's life and a lineage that's ultimately going to lead to Christ. And so as you're sharing your story, and as you talk about being separated and being moved apart from your comfort zone, your covering, but ultimately your covering wasn't Philly, your covering wasn't family, your covering was God. And to separate you, to get you away, get your kids away as well, so that you could hear. And it wasn't just about traveling, but really to hear. And
Yeah.
if you don't mind just sharing maybe one or two things, what particularly have you heard from God about this journey so far?
So far, I've heard God saying to me just to be courageous. Be courageous. Um, be courageous in embarking on this new journey, but be courageous in sharing how you overcome the other part of your journey. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Be courageous. And there I like I was very apprehensive about even I was just like I'm gonna focus on ministry and building, where I am and investing in those people
Mm-hmm.
that are, the people that connect to me or are connected with me in ministry, just investing in them and focusing in on them. And I was just like, I'm gonna just kind of steer away from the whole hustle and bustle of being an artist and all of those things. Um, and really, it was just, again, realizing I'm in a new place by myself, um, and afraid to embark on something new,
Mm-hmm.
just being afraid to embark on something new. Um, and so I was very apprehensive even about, engaging in music. Like I know people here that do music, um, and I'm like, they like, Tia, come on, come on. And I'm like, mm, okay, I'll call you. But, not really wanting, just afraid to do it. Um, Afraid of the success and the failure connected to it,
Wow.
because if you're successful, then you have to maintain it. Um, and if you fail, you fail. But I feel like you learn from your failures. And so it allows you to re-embark on the next portion of your journey, you know. But being courageous was one of the things that I had to be in re-engaging in ministry. It's there's there's a safety in um, being able to just be in the background, not having a responsibility to maneuver the atmosphere and to speak into and minister into people's life. So it's kind of like a woosah,
Mm.
you know, and it's so much different from having to go in and being in the forefront. It really is. So being courageous is one of those things that God has spoken to me. And then being transparent.
Mm.
Being transparent. People wonder about your journey. And people see bits and pieces of your puzzle, but they don't know, like they see your fragments, but um, they don't know what you've been through. They don't really know like the backstory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people see people like Kirk Franklin walk out on the stage and minister as if, but nobody sees, you know, when the screens don't work, when the musicians are late, or when singers are late, or when this is not in place, or when things are not going as people don't see that stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see all of the things that go into creating the show. You just sit out in the audience and you enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And that's our lives. People sit out in the audience and they enjoy the show, but they don't know all of the things that people go through to get to the stage. God gave me a song a long time ago called You, Audience of One.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things I talk about. Like lights, camera, action, all you see is the stage that I'm on. But what you don't see is what it takes for me to get here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so by the time I'm in the forefront, by the time I'm in front of that audience, they don't exist anymore. Now my audience is just God. Now, God, I'm here. I press my way through all of these adversities because I want to minister to you. I want people to be ministered to, but I want to be used by you. I want to minister to you. And then I want you to use me to minister to people.
That's a very sensitive place to be, because most of let's just be honest here, and let's be, as you use the word, transparent. It's generally the opposite way. We're looking for the people to give us exactly, we're ministering to the people. And not to say that we're not ministering to them, but in a different way. We want to get the acknowledgement of the people, and then depending on what the people receive us or not will determine exactly how we necessarily feel about God. Well, did I do right? But if we're just, as you said, ministering for the audience of one,
yeah,
then that really is matter, and that really is all that matters.
yep.
And what we have done and flipped it around is that we have now invited a literal audience to be an eyewitness to our worship.
Yeah, our time with him.
Our time with him. And that is what I believe transforms the atmosphere, when people really do see and connect.
Your heart.
Absolutely. And with the authenticity of the fact of who it is that you are singing to. And it's almost like you want to say, welcome to my worship. Welcome to my worship. So
It's one of the it's as hefty as saying this. I mean, this might be a little raw, and this might be a little heavy for some, but it's just as hefty as saying, come into my bedroom. It really is.
Intimacy.
It's just that hefty.
Intimacy.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're just that vulnerable in that space and in that time, in those moments, you're that vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's just like saying, welcome to my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? You're letting people in on your intimacy and your relationship and your communication. You're letting them in on your relationship with God.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Tia, we could be on here all night, but I know a lot of people wanted just to, see you and connect with you again, and really, they're here really supporting you. And look at all the comments on here is just absolutely amazing. So I know you feel the love.
I do. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out. I really, really appreciate it.
Yes. So we're going to give them what they came for, to help you celebrate this.
You want to give people what they want.
Listen, I don't know. Can we do that right now?
Should we give the people what they want?
I think we should give the people what they want.
I don't know if the people are ready for what they want.
Listen, let me tell you something. You guys because it is absolutely incredible. It is absolutely incredible. So right now, we're going to allow you into Tia's worship. So we've
There we
been
go.
invited to experience Tia's worship through an audience of one through her new single, Testify.
Every young woman, girl, teenager, young adult, wherever you may be, in your growth, in your journey, whatever it is, abuse is not okay. Physical, mental, emotional, none of it is ever okay.
If you hear me now, to live is up to you. I'm not trying to run your life. What good for me would that do? First giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. Yeah. And to all the pastors, saints and friends. I stand before you today because I want to let you know that the God I serve has done it again. I've made some decisions in my life, and I know are contrary to his will. But I cried out to him and he heard my cry, and my broken heart he healed. Put your hands in the air if it's never been good to you. And you can keep them right there if he's ever made a way for you. Somebody's going through, don't know how they gonna make it, man. God, they need to hear from you. There's a woman who's been violated, never saw demonstrated love without obligation. Testify. If the Lord, tell us how you made it through, yeah. So for everybody under the sound of my voice, I know the road gets long and hard. You're not just running a race, you're running a marathon. That you're destined to win if you just didn't know. Run on, my brother. And don't give up the fight. Be strong, my sister. God is standing by. If the Lord's been good to you, put your hands in the air if he's never been good to you. And you can keep them right there if he's ever made a way for you. Somebody's going through, don't know how they gonna make it, man. God, they need to hear from you. There's a child who's been abused, don't know how he gonna recover. Need someone to see him through, won't you? If the Lord, open up your mouth and put your hands in the air if he's ever been good. And you can keep it right there if he's ever made a way for you. Put your hands in the air if he's ever been good to you. And you can keep it right there if he's ever made a way for you. You're gonna open up your mouth there. To live, it's up to you. I'm not trying to run your life. What good for me would that do?
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Tia Sharee. Can you put some hearts on the screen? Girl, that thing is fire. Not fire. That thing is fire.
Y'all like it or no?
Yeah, y'all like it or not? The hearts are going up, the hearts are going up, the hearts are going up. So
Yes.
here we are. Now, tomorrow the baby is birthed.
Hey, push.
Come on now, contractions.
Yes.
But we are so happy that you've allowed Indigo Worship to be in the labor room for this.
Thank
It has
you.
been an honor and our privilege to be able to celebrate this new single with you. And hey, when you
They said we gotta do a replay.
we got to do a replay. We will do a replay for the Saints.
Do a replay.
We got to do a replay.
But
But we want to make sure that you guys get the project. It comes out tomorrow. So Tila, tell them exactly how they can get it tomorrow.
tomorrow it'll be on all digital outlets everywhere, like your Amazon, your iTunes, your all of those. It's so many now. Like I'm uploading and I was just like, well, who are these people? You know, they give you an option to distribute it to different platforms. And I'm just like, I've never heard of this stuff. But guess what? We want them all to hear it. So we just going to subscribe to all of it.
Absolutely. I'm saying this thing is going global. This song
Thank you.
go global because
Thank you.
This has been a journey for you. This has been an amazing, incredible story for you. The story is not over. So we're looking forward to hopefully seeing an EP or an album come out of this as well. And so we'd love to be able to have you on here when that happens. We'd love to be there to celebrate you with you again. So everybody, we're going to have to go over to IG because they've been waiting.
Yeah, we're going to go over to IG in a minute, y'all.
Okay, but one more time, because some of y'all, how
Just
you're
getting on late.
one more again.
Some cousins, aunts, and family members is just getting on.
Okay,
I
so
done warned y'all.
okay, so if we can just do an encore for the Saints one more time, so they can go ahead and know exactly what they're doing. But we gotta jump on IG because we keep people coming. So let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Every young woman, girl, teenager, young adult, wherever you may be, in your growth, in your journey, whatever it is, abuse is not okay. Physical, mental, emotional, none of it is ever okay.
As sure as you hear me now, to live is up to you. I'm not trying to run your life. What good for me would that do?
First giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. Yeah. And to all the pastors, saints, and friends. I stand before you today because I want to let you know that the God I serve has done it again. I made some decisions in my life, and I know contrary to his will. Yeah, I got it. But I cried out to him and he heard my cry. And my broken heart he healed. Testify, if the Lord's been good to you. Testify, if the Lord's been good to you.
We want to thank everybody for coming in and enjoying this celebration right here, this listening celebration.
Be a woman, girl, teen.
Sorry, I was getting ready to do a 3P.
Listen, we got to save that energy for IG. So
Yes.
thank you all so much for joining Indigo Worship. Please like our page, get on board. We've got some amazing artists coming up for you this week. We've got Michelle Bonilla on Wednesday, who's going to be here on the Night Out session. And this Friday, another 215 girl, Tamika Pat is going to be here. So we got a week. Philly it's a Philly sweep this week. It's a Philly sweep this week. So we're excited. Tia, thank you so much. And everybody, if you want to join us, we're going to get on to
come on IG because I want to hear y'all. I want to talk.
Yeah.
I want to talk. I want to connect. I want y'all to come on and tell me what y'all honest opinions are, and I want to hear from y'all.
So anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining the celebration, and we'll see you on IG.
On IG. Come over to IG. Hurry up right now.